Right, I am back. In fact, let me turn the sound back up. I left the game running in the background while I watched some YouTube videos, which is why I turned the sound off. I've turned the speed up, and it is hovering between sort of 80 UPS and 150 or something, which, considering it's been doing the research in the background, is not bad going at all. Now, it's been making lots and lots and lots and lots of belts, and we actually now have 10,000 belts on this train. I'm going to put them on the train. We now have 11,000 belts on the train, so that will be enough. I think that is an empty. I put down some more solar panels as well while I was at it, so we now have 628,000. Yeah, I think that's seeing us through the night quite happily. Now, I've not been seeing. I've seen a few messages popping up from LTN about no trains available to get the ores, but generally a lot less than we were having before. Now, obviously, while I was dismantling the low-density structure factory, nothing else. No rockets were being launched, so no other sciences were getting produced. And eventually, I suppose, all the circuit factories filled up, and it had a chance to fill up all the smelters with ores. So yeah, when we started running the factory again, everything was running quite smoothly because it all had lots and lots of stock to work with. Right, let's. Not sure how many. $315. And that's it, we're out. Well, it took an hour or something, and even that was at more than normal game speed to make all those blue belts, and it probably only took well, I've been recording now for like 15 minutes, so yeah, like cooking a fancy meal, isn't it? Sort of hour and a half to prepare it and 15 minutes to scoff it all down. Anyway, right, we shall see how many more belts we've got. We won't need that many more, to be honest with you. How many have we got in there now? A couple of thousand. That might well do us. And we're done. Oh, that will come down, that will start smelting. These lines will start filling up. These lines have already filled up. They're certainly getting filled up. The copper is working its way down. $2,900, 3,000. These lines are starting to fill up. That bottom one's still a little bit sparse. And then it goes out pretty darn quickly. Right, so I need to fix a rail. I need to get some rail signals. That little backlog there is being cleared. So let's go back to Megabase storage. Keep an eye on the mining productivity, so we'll see how quickly that goes up. It's at 62% at the moment. I'm also keeping an eye on the LTN messages at the bottom corner of the screen. No station supplying lubricant. Okay. There will be a station supplying lubricant eventually. Right, rail signals was up there. Let's put my spare belts away. I don't need any more of those. Make some landfill, because I always do. I only need one rail, but pick up a couple of stacks anyway. And then when I fix those couple of little things, we'll have a look at the rocket silos and see how they're doing. look at that, straight there into the station because there's no other trains in the way. Right, Spidertron. I should have picked up some chain signals as well, shouldn't I? Yeah. Probably chain signals is what I wanted over there. So all these lines are sort of running pretty evenly, as I was expecting they should do, because all the low density structure factories sort of draw on the copper at an even rate. But yeah, 23 full blue belts of copper ore. Now then, yeah, that is going to be running out any minute now. That lot should keep going for a while actually, because 820,000, and that's with the bonus on top, that's 820,000 actual ore underneath there, I think. So when those numbers come down, it's when this green line gets to the top is when it actually decreases the but it's still producing the bonus. So yeah, these lines aren't going to be getting running out anytime soon, I don't think. But you know, we'll have a look at that one that I started out at 76 million is still at 76 million, so I need a it's not the end of the world because the power does go straight through everywhere else. It's just that power cable had to move it to get the underground belts in the way. Right, let's just wander down to the rocket launch pad, because it's right here. And let's just see. Well, there goes two. There goes three. they're being launched rather quickly. Let's have a look at the that's 10 minutes. Look at that, 5,000. You're right, that's a little bit down, but that, I think that's because we just had a lot in stock and it just hasn't needed to remake any in the last 10 minutes. But look at all that. That is target received, target achieved on 4 out of the 6 sciences. Let's have a look at the labs. That's interesting. Why does that come there? And there's no rocket fuel on board. Oh well. Let's have a look. So some of these lines are looking, well, they're looking pretty darn full coming off the trains, aren't they? They're not coming off the trains 100% evenly. But I'm not too bothered because there should be another train right behind with plenty of science in there. So it's basically, yeah, we're just waiting for the space science to come in. Let me just put another. Yeah, that'll do, because there was always a little bit of a gap on there with the radar, but putting that one in has fixed it. So we have plenty of science in stock. And it's just going to be a case of how quickly the well, if the rockets are launching, let's go back to Science Pack. The consumption we're producing 5,000 or 4,000. Yeah, that's gone right down. That's probably because it doesn't need to. If they're full, they don't need to produce. But we're only consuming 2,700 a minute. So have I... Mind you, that's gone right down as well. Oh, that's still rail, isn't it? Those are all being consumed. Obviously, they would all be being consumed at a very even rate, but they're all being consumed now at Don't know why when I filter for pack it shows rails, but you know, whatever. So I think the production of the other science packs varies tremendously based on how many it's in stock and how many, you know, I think we're if we just zoom in on utility science, yeah, that one is producing. That one I think was waiting for lube, so it might be yeah, that was a little bit low on lube, so we might be running out of utility science soon. Production science is full, so yeah, that's not producing anything. Where else are we? Chemical science down here, that's full, that's not producing anything. Logistic and automation, it's producing some of that. But yeah, we're not producing the other sciences at the 5,000 a minute constantly because there is such a backlog. And the longer I keep the base running, the more it will probably work its way through that backlog, as long as the rockets... well, I don't know if it will, because the rockets aren't going to launch any faster than 5,000, because that's the rate at which I've set everything to go at. So, over the last 10 minutes, we're doing 5,000 space science, and we're consuming, yeah, we're consuming 4,200 over the last 10 minutes. Over the last hour, it's a little bit more up and down, but yeah, let me see if I can try and do sort of leave the game running and just sort of see if it'll do something steady over 10 hours without me changing anything. And I don't think I will need to change very much now. The only thing that I might still need to do, as I say, I mean, I'm not getting any more error messages about smelting or, you know, let's just have a zoom in randomly. You know, there's ores coming in there, there's plates over there, there's plates over there. You know, everything is kind of fully stocked. I think it was the low density structure factory that was kind of draining everything because it just needed so much darn copper. You know, that's full, that's full, that's brick. That's 230,000, that's full. That is also, yeah, 229, that's pretty much full. Let's have a look at this one up here. Ooh. Why have we got... Oh, that was from when I sent some copper trains back to be recycled, I think. It didn't quite go. Right, okay. So there's iron. Bit of copper on there. I need to tidy that up as well. Alrighty. Copper train there. So we basically have plenty of copper in stock, which is the way that I was hoping it was going to work. That one's a little bit empty. Right, let me get... let me call my... do it from the map. That goes to PAX Labs, which is going to be down there at the bottom. impact lab is at the side, it's not at the... See, this the research does go up in fits and starts. It was at 60-something%, now it's at 92%, but because it's waiting for more space science to come in, it might be, let's have a think. So if we're producing space science at 5,000 a minute and there's 64,000 on a train, it's kind of 10-12 minutes or something for it to send another train through. So there might be, you know, and it might be consuming the science quicker than that. So we'll have to I don't know if I need to build more labs or anything, or if I just need to be patient with it, basically. Oh, there was a break in the line there. Right, it was copper up here, I think, was it? That all looks fine, that all looks fine. That one is broken. Let's just item erase it. So hopefully, well, we'll see when a new train comes in. Which it will do pretty soon. Make sure that all these smelters start working properly. There is sort of plenty of iron now coming out on the line down there. So that one is good. Yeah, I think those problems with the plates was just caused from when I dismantled the low density structure factory, and then it carried on sending some trains full of plates through to it, and then one or two of them escaped before I had a chance to send them through to recycling. It's not the end of the world that there's, you know, takes time for the train to come in here, because, you know, now that is going to get pretty full. And yes, it will still keep sending trains through, but this is all now sort of working as expected. There's no traffic anywhere. Mining productivity is still getting done. The only thing that is very, very slow, and I suspect it is because we're short of item ingredient shortage. It's not batteries. It was electric engines. Yes, it's the lube to make the engines that we were short of, wasn't it? So, yes. Well, it looks like there's lube coming in now, because there's plenty of engines coming out on the line. So, yeah, that is... yeah, all the low flying... The flying robot frames are going up the first set of lines, really. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that. That's a part of the factory that might not be working according to specification. Here's the utility science. Let's see. So I've checked on. Yeah, production science is manufacturing everything there quite happily, I think. Rocket fuel. Now, I was having some issues, and I think I still am having some issues. I'll have to double check. It gets clogged up, and when it gets clogged up, yeah, output full, it's not using up the yeah, it basically gets clogged up and it can't use up the petrol, so therefore it can't produce any more light oil, and the whole lot sort of stops. I mean, when it works, it carries on working, but it just gets clogged up, and this might be a side effect of when I stopped the factory to redo the low density structure rebuild. So I'll keep an eye on that. I've been thinking about different ways of trying to monitor this. Of maybe putting the crude oil in through a pump, and then putting a circuit condition that if there is you know, too many try and find, you know, make a buffer or something of the the solid fuel, and if there's more than a certain amount in the buffer, then turn off the pump so we're not getting any crude oil coming in. I don't know if that will help sort things out, but at the moment, yeah, we're not producing rocket fuel in the right quantities, so that's going to slow things down. We're definitely producing low density structures in good quantities. Look at that, that is pretty darn full. But basically, yeah, as soon as a train comes in for that, it's going straight back out again. Chunk, 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 chunk. And out again. So we're now waiting, so it's the rocket fuel that I need to tidy up, but I will do that next time, because it's getting rather late in the evening and I need to go and get something to eat, as is often the case with Factorio. So I think that has been a successful day on the whole. Sorting out that copper input into there has certainly fixed an awful lot of other problems. So yeah, I mean, eventually I might have to just keep moving the mines around, or having a big, you know, have the trains coming in and gathering over here from lots of different mines up there. It's just a case of how long I want to keep the factory running for, and how much these are going to get depleted. But we'll see how we go with it. I'll try and sort of sort out this the rocket fuel and get that running a little bit more smoothly, and then see how long everything carries on running for, even if I have to just sort of clear out the entire rocket fuel factory of solid fuel and just start again from scratch. But yeah, we're producing enough plastic. I think generally speaking, much as I love the trains in this game, this factory is running a lot smoother now that I'm doing sort of direct mining or drilling or pumping or whatever into the factories, instead of delivering some of the items by train. Just getting them to come straight in has helped things work a lot smoother. I was having some issues with sulfuric acid, but I added some pipes here in between all the pumps so that all these tanks even out basically, and I think I will have to do the same thing for the lubricant, because if one tank gets full, see, that should then fill up pretty quickly and it goes straight out again. So I'll have to work out why the lubricant is being produced so slowly. Fluid ingredient shortage, but we've got plenty of... Right, output full. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Try and balance that out a little bit. So, let's have a look. Did that. Not sure about the full smelting array, but we will check lube production. And what else was I going to look into? Oh yeah, rocket fuel. Now, I did have a thing about building a nuclear plant over here, but what I ended up doing was just on my original base, I basically just added a couple more centrifuges making nuclear fuel, and then this is now full. I was at a situation where I was building a depot and trying to fuel the trains, and then the refueling train was just running around to lots and lots of other depots and stations first before it got to my new depot. And so I decided to increase production of nuclear fuel over there. The fact that the train sort of starts out at this base and works its way all the way over to the other one isn't really a problem, I don't think. Because we use nuclear fuel, it lasts so long that the stations only kind of rarely request a refill. So I'm going to start thinking about whether I want to tidy up the look of the base now, and I was thinking about concreting over part of it. We shall see whether that is worth doing or not. I might carry on sort of erasing the ores inside the base that I know I'm not going to mine. Some of these I might still mine. But on the whole, I'm happy with that. All these lines, well, yeah, we're still, we haven't got any rocket fuel, okay. Yeah, that's coming out very slowly indeed. Right, I will check that first thing next time I play, which might be as soon as I wake up in the morning at this rate, you never know. But for now, I will say, see you next time.